Hi, I'm Hazel. I've got a son who's 17, his name's Ben. He's very complicated and complex, but he has several diagnoses. We've been looking for care for Ben at home, keeping there as long as possible for quite some time. Sadly, he had to leave school a year before he should have. So we've all been looking to see what the best care was, and luckily Continued Care found Catalyst Care. The package has provided me, for one, more freedom, more time out to do the things I need to do, but most importantly, it's given Ben freedom of being able to be himself with support, enjoying outings which he's not been able to do for a very long time. So Ben is able to go out for meals, he's able to go out to his favourite shops with support. These people that have come into our home are not just carers and nurses, they are his friends, and that's what he calls them. He has fun with them and really enjoys their company, which he's never been able to do due to his autism. He's become a lot more sociable. So when people come round to the house, he's not screaming at them, shouting at them to go away. It's taken a long time to build up that relationship, but it's grown and grown and grown. So most importantly, it's given me some sense of freedom and being able to enjoy time away from Ben. Now that's important because Ben is very focused on me and he wasn't enjoying himself totally with me either. You can't spend that much time together and not have breakdowns of communication and bonds. So when the agency staff started, Ben really enjoyed the fact that he could have friends. He's never had friends before, and the bond grew. Now, to start with, it was very difficult, and Ben didn't really accept them straight away, but the more they showed him that they could be his friends, the more he grew to bond with them, and that's the most important thing. He's able to go out with them as friends to enjoy meals. He goes to his favourite shops. He even went to Costco's the other week with them, and he's never been before. Ben suffers with autism and pathological demand avoidance. Now, before the agency came along, Ben was supposed to spend most of his time in his bedroom. He was quite a hermit. He didn't find outside life very interesting at all. So to start with, Ben didn't bond with them, obviously. The new people coming into the house, he didn't like it. He wasn't in control, but they gave him plenty of space. In their first visit, they came in, did the introductions. Ben didn't feel comfortable, told them to leave. This happened several times, and then Ben became more and more interested in what they were actually doing when he threw them out. So we've never had carers in our home to help look after Ben. I was really anxious actually, I was really nervous. I didn't know what they expected of me. I mean, were they going to ask to use my loo all the time? Were they going to ask if they could have a cup of tea? Was I expected to stay all the time? Could I leave and go shopping? What could I do? Could I actually have a normal life? One of my biggest worries was having someone different coming into my home. Ben has never accepted anyone coming into our home very easily. We've always had to do lots of preempting before visits. So I was really nervous about that. So for me, I have to have people around me that can be very open, honest and blunt. So I need to know facts and information. As soon as anything changes, they needed to tell me. And great communication straight away. I felt that I could be really open with them, tell them honestly how I felt about things. I did tell them I was really nervous and worried. I didn't want them giving up on us because of Ben's behaviours. They really, really helped settle me and feel comfortable straight away. So the three main things that I found really helped was that they could be really open and honest with me, that I felt calmer, and the third thing, most importantly, is that I could trust them with my son. I wanted a family bonding because if I'm comfortable, the carers are comfortable, my son is going to be comfortable. That's number one. So I think your expectations have to be very clear. My first one was that my son was comfortable and happy, and that if I went out, that he felt exactly the same trust and safe when they were there looking after him. So the first day when Alfie and Tendai turned up, Ben was not happy having different people in his home, which is the normal, but they came in, they made their introductions, and you could tell straight away that they'd read about Ben, they had an understanding about him, so they gave it time, plenty of patience. Ben asked them to leave, and they did, straight away. Then Ben became more inquisitive as to who they were, but it made me feel straight at ease because I was worried that if Ben was so negative that they wouldn't come back. And they did. They rang me from the car saying they wouldn't go anywhere. They were happy to sit outside as long as it took for Ben to feel more comfortable. So Ben led them into his comfort zone. They didn't have any expectations of him. They didn't ask anything of him. They were just there to be there for him. So the carer and the nurse straight away were interested in what was right for Ben when they came in. And I think the feedback with each other between the parents and the carer or the nurse is really important. So you can tell them, that was brilliant, you did the right thing, that's what my son, child, or whoever needs the support needed. So Alfie and Tendai, they support Ben in every way possible and are fantastic at it. But they've also helped me with bonding with Ben better, because I take advice from them and they also are learning different things from me. Ben sees them as family, which is amazing considering this child didn't want to meet anyone new, he didn't want to go out anywhere, and now he looks forward to his family coming to see him. So before the agency came to help and support myself and Ben, I was getting verbally and physically attacked every week. Not just a slap, a really bad physical attack. Since we've had Alfie and Tendai, I've not been physically assaulted. I might have had the odd slap, but nowhere near what I ever used to have. And when you're clobbered by a child, and he's still a child that size, and what I was saying to you earlier is that you have to take these physical attacks because they're a child and you want to help them, but within a minute they then need you. So then they're crying because they didn't want to do it and they didn't mean to do it. So you have to switch roles. Having the carers means that I can have that time out. I can, recover from the physical and the verbal attacks. And that helps me and Ben bond. So just remember that when your shift ends, that you get to go home, you get to have family time and all the things that everyone should have. But as a parent, we're still in the same situation. We're still dealing with our loved ones, and that can be really difficult. So one of the most important things that has happened since we've had the agency come into our lives is I'm Ben's mum again. I'm not just his carer, I'm not just his sounding board, his punch bag, I am his mummy. And we can have mummy and Benny time.